Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of CNE TV Interview Session, a program where we invite innovators, stakeholders and influencers in the blockchain, cryptocurrency, and fintech ecosystem to come air their view and state of the ecosystem. So today we'll be talking about transforming the financial ecosystem through digital evolution. I have with me a great innovator, executive in the industry. He is Dr. Sindhu Bhaskar, chairman and founder EST Global. Thank you for joining us, Sindhu.
Thank you very much, Lee, for inviting me to your interview session.
It's our pleasure. You are in the US, so how is US today?
The US is doing great. We have come out of all those lockdowns, and if we have got both the shots, then even mask is not required now. So we are coming literally back to normal. Not 100%, but yes, 90% for sure.
That's great news to hear, and we are happy that things are coming back to normal. So, before we proceed to the topic of the day, I would like to get a brief about yourself and your background.
Yeah, I'm basically a banker, and I started creating my digital banking for the purpose of development and financial inclusion. So I'm based at Cambridge Innovation Center, MIT, Boston. That's our head office. We have different offices in different parts of globe as well, and we are in Africa also, based at Ghana. Then we are also working with EcoBank as their partner for digital banking, and first chapter is starting at Mozambique. Then we are also partnering Zing Mobile in Africa. We are also international partners for All Africa Union for Free Trade. I am also like I should say technical partner and overall partner for a women-centric project in South Africa, Umoza, and where women get funding for microcredit for uh, producing different commodities that they are being sold in the open market, which is available through us. And we have the JV with Uber, by which we make the delivery of those commodities. So a lot of things we are trying to do in Africa, and we are trying to expand our footprints as well. In Asia, we are in India. We are launching BranchX, a neobank there next month. In Singapore, we are launching the mock crypto trading game that is called Crypto Trading League, CTL. Then we are in Latin America, in Uruguay, Peru, Brazil, Argentina, Mexico. Our other offices in Europe are in Switzerland, London, Frankfurt. So everywhere we are doing one or the other activity, and everything is under part of this big group, EST group that we call, and the head office is at MIT Boston. But the basic agenda is development, financial inclusion, banking the unbanked, and that is what the main focus is. In Ghana, we are launching smart agriculture. So it is creating how agriculture can be used. It, like in short, I can say it is commodification of agricultural products and corporatization of rural economy to bring about the development, so that the development matrix, which is always considered a triangular shape, that reform comes from the top, and the top people are the elite class, lower class is always the base. So I am inverting that theory of development to make the development move from below. So it is a reform from below, and how by way of inclusion and by way of banking as a support partner, how we can do that development. That's the main agenda and focus.
Yeah, interesting. That's a very nice background, and what you are actually doing and contributing and making impact in the ecosystem. So we are talking about transforming the financial ecosystem through digital evolution. What would you say is digital evolution in your own language? Well, how would you see it? How do you see digital evolution?
Digital evolution, Of course, nowadays we are using a lot of jargon. So digital evolution is nothing, whatever we are carrying from our olden times, that is part of evolution. And of course, we keep on mutating in between. Like in Corona, you have seen so many variants, they are mutating. So even our scientific temper has been evolving during the ages and adding different flavors in different countries according to the needs of those country and population, and it has been creating its own fundamental principles for those places. But overall, what has been there, that like when we talk of banking and all, we came across certain guiding principles to help us move with the progression of the economy and to make the economy a better part for benefit of the masses. So that is how evolution has taken place. Now, technology has been moving from day one. When our like forefathers and the initial human beings, when they were trying to torpedo fish from those wooden arrows, and they were hitting the fish and in water and catching it, even that was a technology. So we have moved from those ancient times to present times, wherein technology has been changing shapes. And in financial, uh, of course, we started with coins like stones, clay, earth, metal. We have been experimenting with all those things. Then we shifted to fiat currencies. Then, in the nature and the nomenclature of banking and the say the machineries of banking, we shifted to computers from all those registers and ledgers, computers, then ATM, so plastic cards, and
Okay,
now we are
Sindhu,
talking of fintech,
Sindhu,
contactless.
sorry, I have to cut you short here. We are talking about digital
Yeah, sure, sure.
evolution. Yeah, you are on track. I want to understand what are some of the challenges facing the financial ecosystem. So, talking about digital evolution, we are trying to see what are some of those you have experience in this area. What are some of the challenges you've been able to
Yeah.
identify that is facing this sector?
See, the biggest challenge right now is the individualistic stand towards fintech and the governmental stand. So that is one challenge wherein we have to see that originates from the concept of privacy. So, who is going to have the primacy? Primacy over privacy, whether it is a government or we control our own privacy. So, what I think the four basic challenges are: the legacy system of banking is still to adopt fintech in a very good manner and amicable manner. But recent trends show that fintech and legacy banking is coming together and trying to play a constructive role. They have created an agenda, and accordingly, to implement that plan, they are interacting with fintech models, different systems and applications. The second part is when we are moving towards digital more and more, the biggest enemy is our security issue. Because of all this security, like in you see hacking and everything is going on. So if the digital wallet is hacked, you lose everything. Nothing is left with you. So that is the most, I should say, the biggest problem of this digital technology. Of course, PSD2 and all those directives are getting created in Europe, and Bank for International Settlement. They are also working on all those things. But we have to be very careful about it, and we are talking of multi-factor authentication and all that for to bring the security in the transactions. The second aspect is privacy part of it, as I started my answer with that, that privacy of individual and openness as required by government for the anti-money laundering and KYC purposes, these are coming into constant clash because we are opening the frontiers of banking and the financial transactions. The arena is getting bigger and bigger, and when the arena is getting bigger and bigger, you have more and more of data. Now, the fight is over control of that data, because that data is being monetized by organizations and institutions like Facebook and Google, as you see. So now people are reacting that, okay, why should our data be monetized by other agencies? So we should have absolute control over our data. So now we are talking of GDPR and all that, General Data Protection Regulation, and privacy is second most important segment. After that, I think the other aspect, the result of financial transactions, whether it has brought inclusion, financial inclusion or not, whether it has took the banking to unbanked people or underbanked people or not, that is the most important measurement that we need to do. There are efforts to move in that direction, but due to high interest rates, the desired result has not been attained and achieved.
Dr.
Even
Sindhu,
M-Pesa,
Dr. Sindhu,
yeah.
there is no way we will talk about this topic, transforming the financial ecosystem through digital evolution, without bringing in blockchain. I would like to get your opinion about blockchain in this sector.
That is what I'm coming to. You like if you talk of finance, there are aspects to that. So now when we go to the machinery of this change, that how these changes are coming to the system, we talk of blockchain, and that has been necessitated with the influx of cryptocurrency. So how, and everyone now thinks that blockchain is the golden arrow with which you can attain everything, but it is not that case. Now you have seen the recent US example. You can see that container thing in which millions were paid as ransom. FBI could get into that data and that wallet and retrieve that ransom money. So when we were talking of that these cryptography and these cryptocurrencies are untraceable, now that agenda is also broken. Why I'm saying this? That we cannot have blockchain as the main instrument for removing all this. There are so many factors which have to be studied in together with blockchain. Then only it will work in our favor. Yeah, so with blockchain, we are trying to bring immutable financial transactions. And I think this is the biggest uh, achievement of our financial evolution.
Okay, I would like to understand. You are the chairman and founder UST Global. How and you been in this sector for a long time. So how are you making impact with your company in this ecosystem?
The digital banking club that I have created is called EST, and it has different segments, different verticals in which we are doing banking. We are also doing microcredit. We are also doing investments. We are talking of composite development through banking, and that's why we are working in tier 3, tier 4 centers, and we are trying to open up those areas with our banking products. We are also connecting them to urban areas by way of direct money transfer and all other facilities. Then we are also taking mini institutions into those areas. Then we have created open market through our banking system in those areas. Cards, credit cards, which have certain like yardstick for every card holder, uh, that agenda is demolished. We are taking cards also there and giving it to people so that we can cultivate their financial activities through those cards as well. Then what we are basic concept of those places, we are tackling it by way of SME funding and agricultural funding, and blowing them up so that They are having funds, they are having rotation of capital opportunities, and by way of those rotation of capital, they are able to create further capital, increasing their deposit base, and we have gone up to creation of rural exchange. So we have created a new product altogether, rural exchange, that how in rural areas they can also multiply their money by investing in all these stocks and equities, but not like a gambling thing, only in government securities so that they don't lose their money. And that will be system of creation of deposit and savings for those people. So
Interesting. Okay.
it is basically
Okay, continue.
so it is basically moving away from the agenda, the present agenda only. It is based on cash help to rural areas, cash help to landlocked areas, cash help to under people. So what happens when they consume that cash? Everything is finished. There is nothing for them. So we are trying to create an infrastructure so that they can build on it and they can further develop that. It is not that cash is there and they consume it or they divert it and everything is over for them. They are back to square one. So that's the created tiny industrial units which keep on doing producing one item, not biscuit or jam or jelly, cottage industry, but different things like nuts and bolts, some panels, something like that, some durable objects. So I'm also in the board of MSME Business Forum in India and all. So I am connecting them to say MSME units in different countries so that we can bring those two people together and they can do trade and promote themselves. They don't have to depend on bigger companies to be exploited by them. So this is the
Interesting.
benefit of
That's
technology.
Yeah, interesting. Because of our time, I have to cut it short. Dr. Sindhu, before we draw the curtain on today's episode of CNE TV interview, we have been talking about transforming the financial ecosystem through digital evolution. I would like to get your view on the future of blockchain in the financial sector, just in 1 minute.
Okay. Blockchain has a very good future in the financial industry. Finance is like embedded in every activity of society. So with that, block gone into different aspects of society as well, whether be it polity, like elections, voting, be it medical, be it communication, logistics, everywhere blockchain is going, and the connect is back to banks and financial institutions for movement of the payment. So blockchain has a long way to serve the financial industry and the payment gateways uh, by virtue of the characteristics of the blockchain. It's a consensus model, so one person cannot manipulate the data. You have the full footprint of your transaction, so no one can rub it out and create any fraud. So all those fraud chances, manipulation of data are greatly reduced, and which are definitely going to help any financial institution.
Okay, thank you very much. It has really been an amazing time out with you, Dr. Sindhu Bhaskar, who's joined us from USA. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.